All right, guys, we are out here picking up the mess from last night's show. I know it wasn't on the 4th, it was shot on the 6th. We got rained out, but we got everything pretty much picked up last night in the dark. Just a few things kind of laying around, but man, I love that smell. But everything for the most part went. Like I said, we had a few misfires. Everything on this board went. Well, minus Thunder Country here. The fuse didn't reach it and it didn't go off. But this board, I had quite the mess. So this one here was Raging Rottweilers by Phantom. That one did not go. I don't know what happened there. There was 3 of them fused together. 2 of them went. 1 Minute Ride didn't ignite. The igniter went, but the fuse didn't catch. So I had to come down here and hand light it. And there was one more. Oh, maybe not. Maybe there was another one over here that didn't go. Oh, it was Hotsy Totsy. That's the one that didn't go. Hotsy Totsy and Ripcord was another one that didn't go. But yeah, I had a heck of a time with this. But it was my first time ever doing an electrical show. Never done one of those before. Wasn't sure what to expect. You know, you can only hook it all up and hope for the best. You don't know what's going to happen. But it was really neat to stand way up there on the porch and watch my show for once. I never really get to do that. And then the finale, the igniter went, the fuse didn't ignite. So I had to run down here, light that really quick, and then run back up there and sit with everybody and watch the finale go. After that, it was pretty cool. The only downfall with it was after Batman from Black Scorpion went off, this fuse here, I forgot I used not so perfect fuse, so it was rather slow. So it had to go, the fuse was right here. I think the fuse was right there. And then it had to drive all the way around to the fuse that was right there. So we had quite, I think the fuse was either there or right here on the corner. I think it was right there though. But it had quite a big gap. So actually in my video, I edited that huge gap out of there just because there was tons of dead space. But I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But these 2 went off and they were nice together. That's a great little finale piece if you want to do something cheap. Wind Up by Brothers and Hit the Road Jack. You could do a cheap little finale there. You could get some cheap like 25 shot Arctic Thunders there mixed with those, and that'd be a great little finale. But this Pyro Demon cake was the icing on the cake. That was beautiful. Super loud. And that's kind of the send off that, you know, okay, that's the end of the show. But we had a lot of fun. It was super fun doing that. Kind of sad that all the 4th of July shenanigans are now over. Now I got to go back through the neighbor's yard and pick all these stupid little discs up that are all over the place. And I got to jump out there in the field and pick all this stuff up. And then I got to kind of cram around there in the pasture and pick up that stuff. I got to pick up tubes and walk around here and make sure all the tubes are picked up. But that's going to be later. I'll come out here and get all that. See, there's stuff laying there. I just like to be courteous to my neighbors. They do allow me to do this in their yard. I like to be courteous to the farmers as well because they let me shoot right next to the cornfield. But yeah, I'll come out here later, pick up stuff like that. And if there's any tubes or clay pieces laying around here. I'll make sure that all gets picked up so these guys don't hit it with their lawnmowers. So we'll get all this stuff picked up again, just like we did for the big 4th of July show. And then that'll be it. So that was it for our little 4th of July show. We had some friends, and that was about it. We had a couple friends come over and we shot this thing off. My neighbor down the street over that way, he was shooting off stuff, and then he texted me and he said, bring that stuff down here. And I'm like, screw off, mine's better. And he was shooting little stuff. He had a couple big things, but then I quickly realized that we knew each other, that we were shooting, because he texted me, and I was like, and then I put 2 and 2 together. He was shooting. Now it made sense, but that was pretty funny. But we had a really good 4th between the big huge party we had and this little get together. We had a party on the 4th as well, but unfortunately we got the finale board set out there the other night, and we were coming back to get the second board to lay out there, and it started raining, and it was really big raindrops. And by the time I got back to the Kubota to come back and grab the second pallet, it started raining more. So we unloaded that, put it back in the garage, drove out here, picked that finale board up, threw it on the Kubota, drove it back to the garage. And the second we pulled into the garage, it just unleashed, and it rained all night long. But it was like inches of rain very fast. So we watched the radar and decided that let's just do it Saturday night. So we went to a fireworks show Friday night. A friend of mine does a really awesome show. And then, so I did this show last night. It was nothing big, nothing special, but it was still fun. The kids enjoyed it. So that's it. That's it for next year. We're going to go place a pro line order. And next year, I think we're going to do a pyro musical. So back to the drawing board and start stocking up awesome stuff for next